Well, we're very happy to have a friend of the house who has always celebrated us. But on a day when we are really mourning one of our very strong, hardworking, very dutiful, diligent worker who death just deprived us of his very valuable services at just 44 years. Oluwa Damilare Ewefa, a cameraman who joined our services 4 years ago. And so we're having some special prayers for him today. And our friend, and I call him worldwide publisher, now a presidential aspirant for the 2023 elections, our own Basho Are Dele Momodu. Welcome to Biskun Studios.
My great Ebo, thank you so much. It's sad and unfortunate that Oluwa Damilare left us so soon, too soon, but we cannot challenge God. I wish to commiserate with the Biscom family, with his own family and extended families and friends and associates, and I pray that God will forgive his sins and that his soul will rest in peace.
Thank you very much. Now, we had planned this for a long time, but knowing how very busy you are, and I see all the things that you do, maybe we should just start with how many states have you covered?
Well, let me put it this way. Let me start by thanking you for always being a role model, a positive role model to all of us, and to me in particular. We've done things together continentally in Africa and in Europe and beyond. You've always carried me along, and I am happy to be your protege. A lot of people at your level will just look down and say, who is Dele? Why should I be the one to interview? He's too junior, too small to me. But you insisted that you will personally handle this interview, and I want to say a big thank you to you.
Thank you very much
for being a great mentor. In terms of my journey as a presidential aspirant, let me say I've covered all the 6 geopolitical regions in Nigeria, beginning from my father's homestead in Iyeve in Owan East local government of Edo State. The homecoming was massive. I'm sure you saw it. My father had left home many years ago. We don't have the precise dates, but he navigated his way to the ancient town of Ile-Ife, where he met my mother, who came from Gbogan, Olufi in Osun State. They fell in love, got married, and I'm the only product of their union. I lost my father in 1973. I was barely 13 years old, and I was left with my poor, unlettered mother to take care of me. And so, starting my journey, I started from my father's place, Edo State, which is south-south. I'm very grateful to members of my family, the entire Iyeve community, and I'm very grateful to my governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki, who received me royally, and of course to my Baba, my Oba, the Oba of Benin, Eware II, who through the palace of Benin, and you know, Benin is not an easy place where you just go into the palace, but Baba, through the palace, opened to me, welcomed me like a true son of the soil, and so the journey started from there. I got his royal blessings. Then we moved southwest to Gbogan, Olufi, very close to Ife, where my mom was buried So I went there, met with the Olufi of Bogon, met with my uncles, my relatives. We went to Ileosa. So for me, politics should be a carnival. Politics should be a festival of ideas and issues. And as we've been moving along, I believe I'm one of the few talking issues. What you will be as a rich man, you start practicing as a poor man. So a man who wants to be president must be presidential even before he becomes the president. So I'm addressing issues. I'm talking to people, reaching out to people. So from Gbongbon we went to Modakeke we went to Ife. Because I'm a child of destiny. I'm a child of diversity. My grandparents were Muslims. My parents were Christians. I am a Christian. My mother, father, they were Christians. So I am South-South, I am South-West. It is difficult to find anybody in this race who is strong in two geopolitical zones already in the South. So the third region, which is Southeast, I went to Enugu and went around and met all the major stakeholders, from members of Ohanese to clergymen and so on and so forth. What I tried to do was to present myself as a child of the South. So once the South is united behind a candidate, the rest is easy. Then you cannot go across massively. I'm a child of Nigeria. In the entire North, I've gone to the extreme places you can think of, from Northeast to Northwest to North Central. So I've met emirs, I've met Sheikh Gumi, because one of the biggest problems facing Nigeria today is that of insecurity. And doctors always say that if a doctor does not know the symptoms of an ailment, he might not know what to treat. So what I've been doing everywhere is to look at, okay, what is the problem peculiar to a particular area, and then see who do we talk to, who can give us the symptoms, on an idea of the root causes of the problems. So I reached out to Mazin Nnamdi lawyers, Barrister Ejiofor and Chimai Kozekome SAN. I'm talking to them to see, okay, what can we do to help in alleviating the suffering of the Igbo nation, because they are suffering. Every Monday they shut down everywhere. You can't go out. We had to leave on a Sunday evening because we knew on Monday everybody would be indoor and incommunicado. So I traveled across the borders to see Chief Sunday Adeyemo, otherwise known as Sunday Igbo Osha. I went to see him in Cotonou. I'm the only politician who's been doing this to make sure that even before you get this power that you want to get, you are already acting in your private capacity as a president. So that's how far we've gone. The consultations will continue at the party level. Of course, the delegates, the member of NEC, the National Working Committee, and all of them.
Well, you've taken us on a well-detailed panoramic view of your goings throughout the 6 geopolitical zones to properly consolidate your presidential ambition. What would you say you were hearing mostly from the people that you met, that you consulted with, both those on the high and the low places? What was the strongest voice that you were hearing from them?
The recurring decimal everywhere I've been is that Nigerians are tired. They are tired of career politicians. They are tired of those who make politics their permanent vocation. Politicians have their own way of doing things, and they are not ready to blink an eye. They are not ready to change it. So everywhere I go, people say, oh, we pray that your party will learn from its past experience and give us a fresh beginning. Nigerians are tired of the old order, but they seem helpless. A lot of them they are giving up. They feel helpless, they feel hopeless, that nothing will change in Nigeria. And I said, no. Something will change in Nigeria if we all act as partakers, as stakeholders, as investors in the new order. And that is what I'm selling. I don't know how God did it, that I have never been a commissioner, I've never been a councillor, I've never been a governor, I've never been a senator. So I do not carry the baggage that most politicians carry. And this for me is very refreshing.
Well, those who have been following your antecedents in politics, which when it came in 2011 took the whole world by storm, through the National Conscience Party, was it?
Yes, please.
You know, that's 10 years exactly ago today. Now you are a detribalized Nigerian. You are very popular in all aspects. I mean, both the young, the old, they gravitate towards you because, as you said, you are a people's person. And if there's anybody amongst all of you that shows genuine interest towards the Southeasterners, it will be you. But I thought that everybody was saying, well, let's give it to the Southeasterners now. So why is Southern, I mean, well, somebody from the South coming and not the Southeast?
You see, I'm a very good student of history. And I'm also a good student of political arithmetic. The mistake the South had always made was that the southern regions always tried to stand alone. In 1979, if Chief Obafemi Awolowo and Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe had agreed to work together, we would not have had a presidential Ushakari. Same thing in 1983. Now, if you look at the North, when it comes to politics, the North would always tell you, we stand as one. Everybody knows that Ilori, Kwara, is largely populated by Yoruba people. Their names are Yoruba. If you look at my brother and my leader, Dr. Oluwabukola Saraki, his name is Oluwabukola, Okoluwatoyin, Baba Oluwasheni, Egbon Gbemisola, Oluwachola.
So there's no denying his Yoruba man.
But today, he regards himself as a northerner because the North, it's a geographical entity. So that geographical entity says North Central, that Ilori is North Central, Kogi is North Central. Despite the fact that you had the Sunday Awunijis and all of them in that, David Jemi Bewon, they are all from that place, you know. So the North always act and work together. But when you come down south, the Yoruba will insist it is the turn of Yoruba, it is the turn of Igbo, it is the turn of the Ijo, it is the turn of Ishakiri, it is the turn of. So that is how come we always lose to the North. So my own strategy, if you look, despite the crowd of aspirants that we have right now, there has been a proliferation of aspirants. I have identified two of us that seem to be similar, and that is my humble self and former governor of Anambra, Peter Obi. We reason alike. Our passion for education, our passion for integrity, our passion for Nigeria to come together as one and change to the Dubai of Africa, the Singapore of Africa, and so on and so forth. Now, what is the strategy? I just told you. In politics, you must do the arithmetic because it's a game of number. The figures must tally. The first consideration in politics or election is the arithmetic of where you come from. Even in America, you will see the Hispanics, you will see the blacks, you will see the whites. So it's the same thing in Nigeria. In Nigeria, The first consideration is where you come from. I'm the only one who comes from south and also comes from southwest. If you look at the figures, the bulk of votes are available in the northwest because of the three big states. They call them the 3Ks. It was Alhaji Rabi Musa Kwankwaso who gave me the theory of the 3Ks. Kano, Katsina, Kaduna.
All of them in the southwest.
In the northwest.
Sorry.
Correct. They have huge votes. Then the next will be the southwest. It's almost like the Newton's law. Actions and reactions are always equal and opposite. So you have northwest, you have southwest. In the southwest, if you don't get Lagos, you don't get Oyo, you don't get Ogun, you don't get Ekiti, you don't get Ondo, you don't get Osun. It's going to be difficult. So which means in a Dele Momodu, you are getting two for the price of one. So strategically, there are people who don't want the Igbos there. I'm not one of them. I don't mind an Igbo president. But I am just one person. So if you are looking at the arithmetic of it, let the South first of all agree that it's coming to the South. The same way the North is saying let it come to the North. Saraki is in the race. Tambua is in the race. Ayatollah is in the race. Bala Mohammed is in the race. They are asking for consensus, but they've all gotten their funds. As any Igbo man step down for the other. You understand? An outsider cannot cry louder than the bereaved. If the Igbo say they want it, I don't have any problems with it.
To be honest with you,
yeah.
Even if I have to say this publicly, I've always been rooting for the East to have it.
Yes.
So that all these agitations would even, go down a bit. And since the end of the Civil War, they kept saying that the Civil War will end when all these things that look like marginalization stop. And they're saying, give us the presidency, so we'll be, we know they're also part of the game. But I was worried too to see that so many of them are coming in. We haven't ended yet. There is a Ken Namani and so on and so forth.
Sir, if
I
you
don't
don't
know.
mind, sir.
Ngige also came on just
Yes.
recently.
Sir, let's face the reality. The Igbos, they've had a vice president. They've had several Senate presidents. They've had secretary to the federal government. What has been the gain? If you talk about even the presidents, the north of Nigeria has had more presidents than the south. Has any part of the north become an El Dorado?
They're the ones.
In fact, a lot of northerners were telling me in Kano, we want you guys to come and help rescue us from our leaders. Today, northerners are openly attacking. The most popular northern person today is Buhari. Not since Sadana have we had a more popular president in power. Sadana was not a president, but he was so presidential that he controlled the north. Now, apart from where you come from, we want to know your pedigree. What have you done? Leadership is about managing people and resources. A man who never managed 1 million naira, suddenly you give him a 10 trillion naira economy to manage, he will not mentor. That is part of the problem of Nigeria. So let's do the arithmetic. Who is the southerner? Who has the ability to unite the South instantly? The name will be Dele Momodu. You see, right now everybody is talking about the big men, because they forget that majority of those who vote, they don't belong to either of the two political parties. I call them the floaters. So you need a young, fresh brain who can galvanize first-time voters, like they do in America. That's what they call them, first-time voters, who will say, oh, because Dele is there, then there is hope for Nigeria. The moment you go and pick any of the recycled old politicians, people are going to tune up. And that's why I've been pleading with our party, PDP, that please don't make the mistake of allowing any old politician to bully you, to bamboozle you, and say, without me, you cannot win. It's not true. Buhari consistently had 12 million votes, yet he could not win on 3 occasions. Why? Because he could not cross to the south. So once you have a southerner who can unite the 3 geopolitical regions of the south, then it will be easier for him to go up north and win the election.
Now, quite a lot of discussions, consultations are still ongoing amongst you who intend to go for the hot seat in the coming elections 2023. Well, something that has kept coming, it's still there, and I don't think it will be off until you guys do your primaries on both parties, APC and PDP, is zoning and the other one. Zoning and which one is that again now? Zoning and consensus. So how do you, what's your own take on that? And what
I mentioned that in the north, you have this happy group with Tambua, with Bala Mohammed saying they want consensus. I don't understand it. Because if you wanted consensus, then you start, when they say charity begins from home, then you should have started from amongst yourself. Let only one of you pick the form. But all four are big forms. Who wastes 40 million on the form that it will not be used eventually
at the end of the day?
I also said it about the party, that the party should have concluded discussions on zoning and consensus before throwing the thing open. Even now they are extending. As at yesterday there were 17 of us. I don't know if somebody has joined again today. 17 people.
I think they give it till the 25th, next Monday.
Yes, so next week is our screening. Next week Friday, exactly a week from now. We don't know if they will change it again, because they've changed it now about 3 times. So my worry is, if they decide now to zone it to any part of Nigeria, there will be crisis. So my advice to them is just throw it open. But let us agree. Let's have a gentleman's agreement that the thing should go to, because it will be unfortunate if after Buhari's 8 years, and these 8 years have not been pleasant at all, then we now move it back to the north again. I believe that Nigeria needs someone now who can look more dispassionately at Nigeria and take decisive action.
All right. Before you eventually took a decision to join PDP, we had, in fact, you didn't, it shook me when it happened. But what would be the reason for you to join the PDP? Have you? I don't know if you've stated it anywhere.
Well, the main reason, again, is the arithmetic of elections. Now, I contested in 2011. It's actually 11 years. It will be 12 years next year. One of the lessons I learned was that it is impossible for a candidate in a fringe local political party to win a national election. And then I studied world politics. If you look at America, Donald Trump would have been an independent candidate. Independent candidacy is allowed in America, but he was smart enough to know and understand that he needs structures. So you need a big political party. Since one of the reasons I'm contesting is because of my belief that APC and Buhari, they have become inseparable and irredeemable. The only other available national platform is PDP. So that's the main consideration, that look, going to PDP, it was the same thing that Chief Abela did when he went to SDP. He went in to make sure that he will get a robust party, that his people will be able to join and follow and vote for him. So I've done that, and I'm hoping that PDP will take advantage of God donating me to the party. It's a donation. It's not every day you get a donation when doing politics.
To leverage on it?
To leverage on it.
Now, okay, let's put it this way. Now, let's not overlabel the tea. Belabor the point. about you haven't reached out and the kind of acceptance that you have been receiving from everybody. If it works out, it will be a very fresh start. But what's the kind of thing you are promising Nigerians? What do you have on the table?
One is that from day one you will have a global player. In my private capacity, I've been interacting with presidents in Africa and beyond. Nigeria no longer needs a local champion. Nigeria needs someone who understands the language, the register, what we call register in literature, of the New World Order. That's what you will find in Dele Momodu. You will have a man of knowledge who, wherever he gets to, will be able to discuss issues with fellow leaders. Nigeria will have a completely detribalized man, because the tension in Nigeria is as a result of the division in the country. So the first thing you need in a leader right now is somebody who has acted it. Sir, in the last 2 years, I've been distributing palliatives to Nigerians in every part of Nigeria. I have it on an app on the telephone. There is no state, there is no local government in Nigeria today that have not touched life, no matter how little. That is required. Not a politician who will just get money, buy all the delegates, and you will not hear from him again in the next 4 years. In Dele Momodu, you are going to have a hands-on leader. You will see a leader who wears his jeans. I'm always jealous when I see the foreign leaders go out on the street. They go normally to a church. They go to movies. They go to supervised projects without even commissioning those projects. You just wake up and see there's a new bridge. So that is the kind of leader that Nigeria needs today. You need a leader who has managed people and resources, because that is the essence of leadership. The economy will never improve until you have somebody who knows how to make money and how to create jobs and employment for the people.
Okay.
You have a leader who will reduce profligacy. The biggest problem afflicting Nigeria today will be that of our politicians, who spend money as if every day is Christmas. So these are some of the things.
Okay, the first bridge to cross before you get there is your primaries, and you are faced with all kinds of war chests all over the place who are in the same ring with you. Very crowded race, I must say, crowded space and all that. How do you want to get over that?
I am a voracious reader, and I've read one story that inspires me endlessly. Is the story of David and Goliath. Everybody tells me it's impossible, you can't beat an Atiku. Even like Atiku saw me at our convention last year. He said, Dele, I hear you are running against me. I said, yes, sir. He said, I hear you are saying that I'm too old. I said, I didn't say you are too old, sir. I only said age is a factor. You know? So, and I wrote, I said it's going to be a David and Goliath. That's what it's going to be. Look, sir, I had this experience last year. Last time I ran on the platform of the National Conscience Party. The night before our convention, I heard that my co-contestants were going from room to room. I don't know what they were doing there, seeing the delegates. Me, I sent 2 copies of ovation to each of their rooms. Do you know the following day I was shocked? I picked them black and blue. Why? Name recognition, face recognition, integrity, reputation, cosmopolitanism, everything. Look, the mood in Nigeria today, that is why I've been the most active on social media, on television. Why am I here? To see you. Is to be able to appeal to the conscience of our delegates that look, you can collect $5,000 to $10,000, but that's the end. But your children who are schooling abroad or who are living abroad will never come back home for as long as Nigeria cannot get it right. So that is my strategy. I will go and meet all of them. I don't have money to give them. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not desperate. You can see me looking fresh despite the rigors of campaigning. I am very confident that God will perform a miracle in Nigeria. People say, you're always talking God. I said, what else do I have?
That'd be you.
If you don't have money, you will have God.
Have one thing.
Yes.
All right. You see, Our minds are with you, and I speak the minds of those of us in this media profession.
Thank you, sir.
And many more Nigerians too.
Thank you, sir.
Nigeria, I don't want to say we're almost losing Nigeria. Somebody said Nigeria of the old. No, we can retrieve it. It's almost dying, but we can retrieve it. Even the president himself, in what he said just 2 days ago, agreed that the security people, in spite of all the palliatives, in spite of all the money he's given them, they've not done well. When you come on board, what's that magic wand that you think will help us get away from this insecurity quagmire that seems to be unending with us?
The president cannot absolve himself from it. Look, they say to whom much is given, much is expected. If when the president came, he carried everybody along as one, you are the father of the nation. What they did in the southeast was totally reckless. All this Operation Python dance and all these things. Okay, some people say they are Biafrans, they want to go away. Why not find out what is responsible? In a tape, and I will send it to you after this interview, that was released last year by Mazin and the Kano. He said Dele Momodu is the only person making sense to him in Nigeria. When I said I liken the Igbos to the Koreans, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Indians rolled together, that if I'm the president of Nigeria, I will make sure that there is a Silicon Valley. The Igbo nation will be the technology hub in Africa. He was so impressed. He said if we had leaders with this kind of mindset, there was nobody asking for Biafra. So, as president, I will carry every Nigerian along. Trust is a key element in leadership. The people working in BISCON today, some of them have been here for over a decade. If they did not have trust in your leadership, they would have found other places to go. So, trust, I will carry every Nigerian along. Once you do that, you will see that the tension will die down. Then, the so-called Boko Haramis, terrorists, bandits, whatever they call them, today feel comfortable because they believe Buhari is for them. It's a perception. And Buhari has not made enough effort to distance himself from that perception. So you need a leader who dispassionately will say no. Reach out to them, and if that becomes impossible, then you go after them. It's a carrot and stick approach that you must use.
I think another issue that goes in tandem with that would be the issue of those who are on their toes talking about separatism. You know, the Easterners are saying so and the rest of it. And you just talked about Sunday Igboho and all that. Now, how do you react to the issue of the release of Nnamdi Kanu at this point? People have said, release him, that will be the end to the wahala in the East.
Look, you can't keep a man indefinitely in prison. If you have anything against him, then prosecute him. But I am telling you that my name was specifically mentioned by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. As he said, if I still believed in the zoo, this is the kind of person who should be the president of Nigeria. I'll send it to you. It's on video. So, look, Sunday Igboho did not just wake up one day. He's not a madman. I've met him now. I met him while he was in prison. He's not a madman. It's very clear-headed. The truth of the matter is that our leaders did not make enough effort to reach out to these guys to find out, okay, what is the problem? What do you want? Okay, can we meet halfway? Even ASU, that they are not violent. They are just saying we want our students to have peace, comfort on our campuses. Every day, government will reach agreement with them. Tomorrow they will break the agreement. You can't continue like that.
Well, I mean, what would be your own suggestion? Because you see, there's been a cry all over the place that if the situation remains this way, we might even have the elections for 2023.
Well,
Because I mean, there's quite a lot of insecurity problems going on everywhere, and we must get it sorted out before the elections. What do you suggest to government
my great
before you
brother,
come on board?
my great brother, government must reach out to all the principal actors in this issue. I've interacted with Nigerian military forces in Liberia, in Sierra Leone for over 20 years. We have some of the best soldiers you can find anywhere in the world. Our soldiers were performing wonders to the extent that in Liberia, at a time, they were controlling 10 out of 15 counties. We didn't have states like us, they have counties. There are 15 counties in Liberia. I went there, I met them, Brigadier Olofin and all of them. And Nigerian soldiers. And you can imagine this is a place where a war was fought. Nigerian soldiers control 10 out of 15 counties. So how is it difficult for us to control a few states in our own country? Something is wrong. And I am telling you that the root cause of it is leadership. You need a leader with the right mindset who will know that, look, all these bandits, reach out to them quickly, let them know if they don't be out. After all, I reached out to the militants. The militants were almost more volatile than what we have now. It's just that the militants were fighting for a just cause. These ones, we don't even know what they are fighting for. The militants in whose territory we all take oil to make money, and they were living in squalid conditions. But despite that, Yaradua reached out to them, Jonathan reached out to them. But I've not heard that our leader has done what those ones did. All we just hear is that a few militants, they said they repented. We don't know when they repented. We don't know when they made their confession. And even put some of them in the military. It doesn't make any sense to me. So these are part of the problem.
All right. Well, as we are rounding up now, well, I mean, as I said, our minds are with you. What if you don't make it at the primaries? What would be your reaction, and how are you? Would you be able to support your party? Are you going to decamp?
Nobody starts a journey thinking he will have an accident. I am always a very positive person, and I told you I'm a child of destiny. Where I am today, I never expected to be here. When General Sani Abacha forced me out of Nigeria in 1995, I was crying. When I crossed the border into Cotonou, I was crying like a baby. Unknown to me, Ovation was waiting for me in London. At the end of this exercise, whatever happens, an ovation is waiting for me. And I will see that ovation from May 2029 when I win the primaries miraculously. Because it will be a sweet story to tell. If on that day they say one rich man has won the thing, it will be an anticlimax.
Any story there.
There will be no story. It will be an anticlimax. But there will be hope for every Nigerian that the son of a peasant can dream a Nigerian dream and make it in Nigeria. That's all.
Well, before we finally go, let's give you the stage to now appeal to those who are coming to vote during the primaries. You can reach them now.
Well, my fellow party men and women, I believe God has placed you in a unique position to help Nigeria, to help us get this new Nigeria. Our party PDP must show responsibility. We must show some remorse that we've learned from our past mistakes and that we're ready to atone for those mistakes of the past by ensuring that we start something new, something fresh and refreshing. I appeal to you. If they bring your money to it, I'll be foolish to say don't take it. It's your money. A lot of people, all they have been doing is stockpiling dollars so that they can use it to bribe you It's unfortunate, but please vote your conscience. Because at the end of the day, there's no amount of money that can buy you on your conscience. And if no one is watching you, at least God is watching. I love you. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Well, that's politics today, BISCON politics, and we've had the internationally respected media colossus in the studio today, and he is asking you to try and vote him in so we'll have a fresh start in Nigeria 2023. Our minds, our prayers are with you. This will come to pass, because I mean, our studio here is a studio of answered prayers, by the way.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.